if there's anybody there, I do see somebody is there, if the microphone is working. Because otherwise that wouldn't make for a very good practice, would it? Happy to be back here live with you for... Good morning, Sharon. I guess you can hear me. Let me know, and we'll get started shortly. I'm using a new microphone today. And, okay, perfect. And as much as I love the background that we had last week, which is the beautiful Lake Ontario, you just can't really see me all that well. So, but feel free to let me know if you like the background better, the lighting, let me know. We'll just give a couple more minutes. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning. Nice to see and feel you here for a nice little practice and a little chat about the similarities of marketing and yoga. Now, I did have some comments of somebody saying, I see yoga and marketing completely the opposite thing. And of course, the old way of doing marketing, I would agree. And so that's kind of why I am passionate about talking about marketing and the similarities of yoga for the new way of doing marketing. And I'm seeing so many more businesses adopt this new style of marketing, which really and truly is focused on bringing value to communities and customers, and it's value first over profit. And the old ways of marketing, and even in myself, I've observed that word marketing causes like an icky feeling inside of me, which is why I decided to make up a new word, which if you've seen on Flow Network or my page, I talk about marketelling. And that's a method that I like to use with my clients, and also just to be a voice for this change of, the old way and the new way. This is what Flow Network is all about, being a bridge from all the old ways of being are beginning to crumble. And anything not based on integrity is crumbling. We see that in our own individual lives, with relationships, we see that with our structures, we see that with our economies. And for me, marketing really represents the front face of our culture and how we show up in the world. And video and social media has amplified how we show up in the world and accelerated how we show up in the world. So how we show up consciously in the world, for me, is marketing. Whether we are doing it digitally or we are going to a networking event, it's how are we energetically and consciously bringing ourselves to the room, to be of value, to be of service, to be bringing more love and light and upliftment and connection to our spaces. So first, setting the context of marketing, I'm definitely talking about a new type of marketing, a type of marketing that is inclusive, that is really, again, about adding value and understanding that everything starts inside of ourselves. And the way the old type of marketing that we've grown up with, which is what gives us that icky feeling, is that we've been manipulated to feel like we are less than and that we need something in order to be whole and complete. You need this product to feel this way or to look a certain way, or and then how many of us have invested in something, being promised something, and then it wasn't fulfilled. And so we have a big part of our society and culture feels betrayal, feels manipulated and controlled, and we don't know who to trust. And that is where yoga comes into play, because yoga is about feeling whole and complete. And Rome, I saw your blog post was very in theme, again, in line with what I'm talking about. whole and complete. I did see your blog post, which we'll share in the Facebook group community. So yoga is about feeling whole and complete, and it's about developing a deep trust with ourselves. And this is, again, what the new world of marketing is about building trust with our community, building trust with our potential clients, and really, our intention is about being of service and being about value. So I'm going to read some of the comments before we get into our little practice. Yes, seems to be today's message. Rome says, being whole and complete. Tim, you're saying, FYI, your mic is in fact on. Thank you. Morning. Namaste. Good morning. All right. So everything starts with ourselves. Today we're going to just observe what is coming up for us. Hi, Kim. Kim saying, wisdom from within and internal knowing. Yes. And that is our power, to show up in the world with an internal knowing. And we're all energetic and sensitive beings, and that is starting to come online for more and more and more and more of us as this world is awakening into new ways of being. And it's becoming more and more clear to discern someone's intentions in just how they're showing up, right? Especially on video. So building trust with ourselves. That is, for me, one of the essences of yoga, is to build a beautiful relationship with our body, with ourself, and develop that internal knowing that no matter what's going on in our world around us, we can, come and find a center and have this knowing that we are being guided every moment of our life when we can be still and centered and listen. It is my pleasure to provide this safe space. I could ramble on and on, so this is my last thing, but I did share a post this week or last week, which was a reshare, that the world is full of information. We're like overloaded with information right now, and sometimes can be really distracting and overwhelming. And we are, I believe, craving wisdom, yes, but we're craving authentic connection. And for me, that is what inspires me to, create these spaces, to open up spaces for authentic connection and to bring people together in community. So join us at Flow Network Community if you're not already a part of that group. And let's get into our practice. We will start by chiming the bells. Clearing our space, letting go of your morning, what you have to do later today. I know Sharon has to go to chemo later today, so we're sending you all those positive vibes to your chemo treatment, Sharon. And let us come to a seat. Feel your sit bones and your hips really rooted down into your mat, and then just recognize the connection to the earth and just feel your roots start to go down into the earth, really wide and deep. Place your hands on your thighs, whether your palms are down or facing up. And just notice if your shoulders are kind of pinching up or down. Just draw them down and back, opening through your heart. Bringing your awareness to your breath. And just observe your breath has been breathing you this whole time. It's been there supporting you. Even when you're not paying attention, it's there. And what other unseen energies are around you right now, supporting you, that you might not even recognize are there? maybe just take a couple of moments to just see, feel, imagine what support, what unseen support might be around you right now. Even if it's just the earth connecting and nourishing and holding your roots. And just notice if your mind is busy, and we're going to just wash the mind and the body with grace and light and a knowing. So just imagine a ball of white light above your head, and it opens, it cracks open and pours this white light down your crown, down your face, the back of your head, your neck, all the way down your spine and your shoulders, down your chest, and it just relaxes your whole body, your abdomen, your hips, your thighs, and it relaxes and washes away any parts of you that do not feel complete and whole. And this energy goes down into the earth. It's transmuted effortlessly by the earth. In fact, the earth thanks you for trusting that you are supported. And it nourishes your roots. Feel that energy effortlessly soak into the roots. Your roots are pulling in all that it is that you need to feel nourished and supported, to thrive. And just feeling the energy in your roots coming into your body, all the way up your spine. And we'll trust as we start to gently move our body that this energy is working with us through our whole practice. And just bring your palms together in front of your heart. If you have a special little intention that you want to bring to the mat today, do that now. And you can keep your eyes closed if you like, or open them, and we'll just kind of move the shoulders, lifting your shoulders up and back. And really connecting with your breath as you move. And then we'll bring the shoulders up and forward. Thank you so much for being here, for being you, bringing your energy and your presence today with me. And let's bring the right hand to the right side of the mat and bring the left ear gently to the left shoulder. Taking some deep breaths and just feeling a beautiful opening on the right side of your neck, from your head, your ear, your shoulder, all the way out your fingertips. And again, just inviting this white light of pure cleansing energy to just wash down anything you've been holding on to or carrying, just letting it go. And then we'll get into a slightly different part of the neck by turning the nose towards the left knee. Getting a little bit more into the back of the neck. And then we'll look straight down, centering the head, lifting it back up, and we'll bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Again, working with that breath, working with our imagination and the power of that, and the light we can intend to bring into our space at any moment. And just letting it wash away anything we're carrying. Bringing your hands out to the left side, if that feels good. Just letting go any old ways of being. As we move through old ways of being and start to come into unknown territories and new ways of being, it's so easy to get pulled back into having to do things the old way. Turn your nose towards your right knee. So important to just be aware if we're getting pulled back into old ways of being or old ways of thinking. You know, am I feeling incomplete in some way? And where do I feel that in my body? And just let go of carrying the old. And then slowly looking straight down. And then we'll lift the head back up. Let's do a gentle little twist, bringing the right hand to the left knee and your left hand behind you like a second spine. You've got your back. Twisting here from your hips, your shoulders, and the last thing will be the head. Again, just using this opportunity to wring out any stale, old energy. Any patterns in the body that are making you feel incomplete. And then let's go to the other side. Right hand behind you, second spine. Sitting up nice and tall and twisting here from your hips, your ribs, your shoulders. And then slowly coming all the way back to center. Let's just take a couple breaths, pause here with your eyes closed, just sensing into the energy. Sensing into any differences you might have felt from the beginning of your practice till now. Beauty. Let's come forward onto the hands and knees and really move the spine. So your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Inhale to look forward. And exhale to round, tucking your chin and your tailbone. Inhaling to look forward. And exhale to round. Inhaling forward. Exhaling to round. And we'll come to a neutral spine. And we're going to trust our inner knowing here and just move the body in whatever way it is looking to be moved. Maybe making some circles. Maybe it just wants some stillness. You can go into child's pose. Just moving, free flowing here. And really deep, breathing deep. Nice. And we'll bring the knees wide and the toes together. I lost seeing the comments here. Let me see if they'll come back. Oh, hi Susan. Welcome. Let's bring the hips to the feet. Walk your hands forward and rest your forehead down on the mat. And just really letting go. Just staying focused on the breath here and really opening through the back of the heart. And just trusting here in the back of the heart, you're receiving all that you need. And then let's come forward onto the hands and knees. We'll adjust the knees right underneath the hips. And we're going to come up into a plank. So you can, modification, plank from your knees. and really strong shoulders here, bringing the shoulders back, feeling your shoulder blades really solid on your back. Fingers are spreading wide, maybe coming up off of your knees and really engaging the core even more by pulling your belly button up to your spine. And just whisper to yourself, I am strong. I am complete. I am whole. Feeling your strength, feeling your connection to your core here. And then let's come up into a downward dog, lifting the hips up nice and high. And then moving here in any way, again, trusting your knowing, your body knows what it needs. Just moving in any way, maybe cycling out your heels, shifting your hips from side to side. Beautiful. Let's inhale forward into plank again. Whisper to yourself or say it out loud. I am complete. I am whole. And then lower your knees. You can lower them all the way to the ground or hover them for a little bit there. And then exhale, send your hips back into downward dog. And we're going to make a wave with our body, inhaling forward into plank. Again, any modification here you need to take. Exhale, hover the knees, and send the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale to hover the knees and shift the hips back. Trusting the flow of life. Inhaling forward. I am complete. Exhale, shift the hips back. Beautiful. We're going to step the right foot forward, drop the back knee down. Really getting into the hips here. Opening through the hips, we can inhale. Breathe in space, expansion. Exhale, tension. As we move forward into new ways of being on this planet, into unknown territories, we can feel tense about it. We can feel stress at times. And the hips, we can store a lot of tension in our hips. So let's just really take this opportunity to let go. Let go of any stress, any worry about the future. As a whole and complete being, you have everything you need, even when you can't see it. A message I had to tell myself yesterday. Beautiful. Let's take a gentle twist here. We're going to inhale the right arm up, reaching up for the sky, really energizing through those fingertips. Maybe lifting your back knee off of the mat. And exhale, release your hand back down, stepping back into a plank. And you can take a child's pose or a downward dog. Whatever it is your body needs. And we'll step the left foot forward, dropping the back knee down. Inhaling expansion and exhaling tension. Inhaling expansion and exhaling tension. Just letting go of any tension, any stress, any worry, as we are all expanding. Expansion is our true nature. We are always growing and moving and evolving. And because of our past conditioning, where we were led to believe we weren't complete. We can sometimes think that we've done something bad or wrong in the past because we've needed to expand, and just letting go of any of those limiting beliefs and stories. We're always doing the best that we can with what we have. And we are always expanding into more and more ways, better ways, magical ways of being. This is an exciting time to be alive. Let's do it. Our gentle twist, we're going to take the left hand up towards the sky. And exhale, release the hand back to the ground. And let's come up into our last downward dog. And inhale into plank or child's pose, you decide. And maybe we'll do a little cobra here if you're feeling it. Keeping the shoulders back and down, pulling the belly button in, inhaling into a little cobra, whatever height feels good for you, really opening the heart. Opening the heart. And we'll all come into a child's pose. All right, let's come onto our backs. I don't know why these comments keep disappearing. All right, coming onto the back, hug your knees into your chest. Rocking side to side here. I remember years ago when I used to teach in yoga studios, let's take a gentle twist, bringing your knees to the left and looking over to the right. There would always be somebody in the room who would leave when it came to the end of right before the end of the class when we do the Shavasana. And there'd be, always someone who would leave for that part. And for me, this part is just as important, if not more important, than all of the other poses. And let's twist over to the other side, bring your knees up one by one. The Shavasana is corpse pose, which means, corpse. It's the death. It's allowing yourself to die every day, letting go of an old part of ourselves, old ways of being, and to really be with that, the power of that stillness. Let's come back to center. And let's hug our knees into our chest. Give yourself a kiss. Remind yourself you're whole and complete. You're perfect as you are. And let's come into our final pose, corpse pose. Laying here in stillness. Tuck your shoulders under your back. Keep your heart open. And symbolically here, just letting go. Giving permission to let go of whatever story or pattern or belief that you carried on the mat today, just trusting that you're leaving it here. And just doing a scan of the body from your head, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your abdomen and hips, your legs, just allowing them to soften and to feel heavy and fully supported by the earth. Back in touch with that energy from the beginning of the practice. Unseen supportive energy that's all around you. And with everything that we've let go of in our practice today, just allowing this beautiful, benevolent energy surrounding you to fill you up in whatever way. Maybe you feel that energy going to a specific part of your body, maybe your hips, your heart, and just allow yourself to be filled up. Stay here if you like, or if you're ready to start moving, wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe reaching your arms above your head, and just taking your time, rolling on your side. You can stay on your side if you like. I'm going to start sitting up to look at the comments and whatever shitty chat wants to happen at the end of practice here. And we'll slowly make our way up to a seat. Just keeping your eyes closed. Really staying connected to your breath. When you're ready, slowly coming back into the space. And again, if you're staying in Shavasana, good for you. We can all stay in Shavasana a lot longer. Part of our old ways of being are always feeling like we have to be doing and rushing around. And I believe that new ways of being are, the ability to move at a pace that is comfortable for our nervous system and is comfortable for our energy of the day. Really listening to what our body needs. Hi Sherry, hi Mario. Sharon said, my experience with marketing and people that you've hired in the past was to focus out there. Yeah. And what is your ideal client asking, and what do they want? Good questions, but wasn't connected enough inside of me to answer those. Yoga and your market telling process are helping me turn within. Yes. That is, for me, the fundamental, the foundation of anything that we do, but especially if we're starting a business, which a lot of people are, which is amazing and great. We've never had such opportunities as we do right now to really do what we love and make a difference in our communities. And if we're looking for answers out there, and I know I've spent a lot of time in my past being distracted, constantly chasing, this is the best way, this is the best way, this is the best way. And that can become so disorienting and overwhelming, especially now with so much information out there, because there's literally the opposite of everything. They can say, this is the best way, and then literally 1 second later you have somebody saying, that way never works, it's the worst way. So the true way is your way, and that's with marketing, and that's with your life, and that's with how you do yoga. And it's just trusting the process and trusting the unfoldment. So thank you for that beautiful comment. Rome says he's so relaxed. I'm so glad. Well, thank you everyone for being here, for being you, and for just taking this time to honor yourself and to remind yourself that you are complete and whole and beautiful. I look forward to seeing you next week for another Marketing from the Mat. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Oh yes, I just remembered I have to end the class by walking to the camera.